Hi, I'm Quinn Pashi, and this is my summary of the Castle of Otranto with Gothic elements. Let's begin. The ruler of this castle and main character of our story is King Manfred. Manfred has a wife named Hippolyta and two children named Matilda and Conrad. The book opens on the day of the marriage between Conrad and a young girl named Isabella, who is the daughter of one of Manfred's old buddies. Shortly before the ceremony, Conrad is found dead under a very large helmet that has fell out of the air. While Manfred and his wife are in shock, a peasant named Theodore says he recognizes the helmet from a statue within the castle. A common characteristic of Gothic novels is mysterious disappearances and reappearances. Here we have a large helmet that has disappeared from a statue and reappeared over Conrad. Enraged at the words of Theodore, Manfred has him taken away and returns to talk with Isabella to tell her he is going to divorce his wife in order to marry her. Isabella, frightened at the thought, runs away, and before Manfred gives chase, he stops when a painting on the wall seems to come to life and glare at him. Another common characteristic of Gothic novels was the presence of supernatural or paranormal figures. In this case, we have a moving painting. The priest, Jerome, comes to talk to Manfred about his divorce idea, and Manfred talks to Jerome about executing Theodore, who when Jerome sees, realizes is his son and helps him escape. Theodore helps Isabella escape to a monastery outside of the castle, but stays back to make sure she is not followed and is captured. Manfred calls for a group of knights to find Isabella, not knowing that the lead knight is Frederick, who is Manfred's old buddy and Isabella's father, and has no intention of bringing Isabella to Manfred. Theodore, after escaping, searches for and finds Isabella. Then, Frederick arrives and gets in a sword fight with Theodore. Theodore wins, and it is revealed to all that the unknown knight was Isabella's father, and neither of them were working for the tyrant Manfred. Theodore, Isabella, and Jerome return to the monastery, and Jerome tells Theodore about the curse of Otranto. The curse, put on by the ghost Alfonso, states that Manfred's family stole the castle, and Alfonso was the one who crushed Conrad with the helmet. Later that night, Matilda sneaks out to see Theodore, who she is in love with. Manfred also sneaks out and sees Matilda, who he thinks is Isabella, talking to Theodore. Filled with jealousy, Manfred stabs his own daughter. Suddenly, the ghost of Alfonso appears and reveals that with Frederick dead, Theodore is the true heir to the throne, and says that Manfred's family poisoned Alfonso and fabricated his will in order to take the throne. This whole time Manfred was aware of this, and this reveals why Manfred was so focused on his son, or him, marrying Isabella so they would be heirs because she is Frederick's daughter. A very common characteristic of Gothic novels was the presence of ghosts, spirits, vampires, and other supernatural entities. Here we have the ghost of the old king Alfonso, who started this whole story with his curse. Finally, Manfred, now childless, vows to atone for his sins, and eventually Theodore marries Isabella, and together they rule the castle of Otranto. Other examples of common Gothic characteristics located in the book include the confrontation of religion, where Manfred seeks to reach heaven, Manfred's aberrant psychological state, and the setting in a large, lonely, dark, and haunted castle with secret passages. All of these Gothic elements come together and relate to give the impression that there is something far greater going on, or the sublime. These different elements, like the curses, ghosts, history, and religion, make the reader think bigger than just Manfred chasing a young lady.